Hi everyone, and welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Penny, and this is Penny's Coding Bits. This channel is dedicated to bring you weekly bite-sized videos with practical solutions to your everyday data analytical challenges. And this video is going to walk you through how to create your very own audit chatbot in a mobile app. And this was adapted from a tool I had developed last year, and you can see that in Excel here. So the idea was that we are working with this restaurant data set that contains the total bill and tip paid by the restaurant guests. And there's also some information about identifying their gender and whether they're a smoker and when they visited the restaurant. So you, as the auditor, could come in here and tick off a few tests that you want to run and hit run. And you should be able to get the resulting transactions for each test that you picked. And there is also an audit summary at the end that tells you the count of each of these tabs. So that was the original idea. Now, when I converted this into a mobile app, I changed the tick box function to a chat feature so that the user can input a more dynamic question for the app to answer. And when it does answer, it not only gives you the count and the record details for each test, it also tells you who to look for the kind of test that you want to run so that you have a smaller population of data to look for in your downstream tests. So let's have a look at this together. So if I type in, could you show me the duplicates in this data set? And hit send. Now it's asking me which columns do you want me to look into? So I'll say total bill, tip, day, time, and hit send. Okay, now it's telling me that I should be looking into individuals who are female and who are smokers and who visits the restaurant on Thursdays to have lunch. So that is telling me a very specific profile for the type of individuals that comes into the restaurant to have lunch, and those are likely the kind of people that gives rise to duplicate transactions. So after this, it's giving me the count of the duplicates and the details of each of the transactions detected. So that is high level of how this app works. Now, let's have a look at the backend code that supports this function. So you'll see that there are 6 files at the top portion. So this portion contains the logic of running the app, and the bottom XML files contain the layout code for setting up what you see on the app. So this is a lot to look at. So I have made them into a chart so that we could go over this in a more clear manner. So let's start with the main activity. So the main activity is interacting with Sections Pager Adapter, which allows for the swiping function between pages like this. And the shared view model contains the data that's being shared between these 3 pages. And activity main, of course, contains the layout function for the main activity. And you'll see that each of these, for the 3 pages that we have, are interacting with the swiping function and the shared data. So each of them have access to the swiping function as well as the data, and they're just doing different things with the data and the swiping function to suit the user's needs, of course. And each of them have XML files supporting the layout for each of the 3 pages that we have. And we also have the Excel row item XML file and the Excel header item XML file, so that we could have this very nicely laid out view that makes your viewing experience pleasant. And without these separate files, we wouldn't be bolding the header unless there's another way I don't know about. And also, the chat item XML file displays the chat history in the chat tab. So let's have a look at each of these in closer view. First of all, the main activity, like I said, interacts with the shared view model as well as the sections pager adapter. And activity main file is supporting the layout for this main activity. And activity main here, we can see that we have the tabs that's giving rise to these tabs that you could click on for your viewing experience. And the view pager is giving the view that we have for each tab. And now let's dive into each of the pages. So first we have the file import. So the file import, its main purpose is to drag the file in. So it interacts with the main activity and the shared view model so that whatever data it pulls in is being stored in the shared view model that's being shared with the file preview and the chat tabs. And the layout supporting this page is in the file input XML file. And you'll see that the button to pick the file is right here. So once we have the file imported, we would need something that displays what's in it. And that's where the file preview KT code would come in. So you see here that it listens for any update from the shared view model. And if there is any update, it displays that update in the file preview tab. And this tab is being supported by the file preview XML file. And like I said before, the Excel header item XML file supports the first line in the body of this tab. And the Excel row item XML file displays what's in the rest of the rows. So once we have this data displayed, we would need to dive into the chat so that we could analyze our data. And that is being supported by the chat fragment KT file. And we can see here again that shared view model is supporting the function to send and receive messages in the chat tab. And to support this view, the fragment chat XML file is at work, and you see that we have the input edit text supporting our text input field here, and the send button is supporting the send button that's in our chat view. And also we have the chat item XML file supporting the display of the chat history up above. So that is a detailed walkthrough of each of these tabs, and you could sense that they all are intertwined with the sections pager adapter and the shared view model, as they are the backbone sitting in the center of our app. So let's have a look at them together. So here I have said before that the Sections Pager Adapter supports the swiping view in the app. So you see that it uses 0, 1, and 2 to identify the 3 tabs that's in our app. And the shared view model contains all of the algorithms that supports the information that's shared between the 3 tabs. So that includes the file URI. So URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. So that could be a web link, that could be a file path. And in this case, it's identifying our imported file. And it supports our chat messages, and it also have our Excel data. And if we scroll down further, we also have the functionality that supports each of our audit tests that we had in our Excel version of the tool before. So this is a quick and dirty walkthrough of this chatbot. I hope you like it. The APK file is contained in the blog and the YouTube description box if you're interested to give it a try. But I encourage you to build your own customized chatbot. I'll see you in the next video.